Hello, my name is Alan, and today I decided to do my blog as a vlog, so a video um, discussion. But I wanted to talk about who I am and what got me into hypnosis, what got me into helping people. So let me start at the beginning that when I moved from Montreal to Toronto, I changed a lot. I was in a very controlling environment. I was in a place where the language was very foreign to me, and I never really felt comfortable where I was in my skin because not knowing a language, which was my first problem when I moved to Montreal, I didn't even speak English or French. I was born in Brazil, and at a very young age, I came to Canada. I was dropped into a classroom where I didn't understand anything for the first 2 or 3 years of my life. And it seemed that I stayed on that path for many, many years, feeling that I didn't belong, that I would zone people out. And I didn't understand a lot of things. I just accepted things as they happened, and all that from a very early childhood experience of not knowing, not understanding, not fitting in with people. Even the children, as I moved to this country, they would play games. They would play games. They would watch Sesame Street. But Sesame Street and even games when you don't know the rules or you don't understand the rules, the other kids don't want to play with you because it just wasn't, I just didn't fit in. So I finally left Montreal when my marriage ended. And a few years after that, I said, like, I just can't be here anymore. I'm going to try. I have an opportunity for a transfer. And I came here, and things really changed a lot for me. At the time, which was, I believe, 1995, just about that time, I didn't know anybody, and there was a church across the street with a sign saying Healing Circle every Wednesday. And I wasn't a church person, but I had nothing to do, and I was really curious about what a healing circle was. So I walked into that church and I met a group of people, and every week they would have these healing circles with 5, 6 different massage tables. People would do some Reiki, some therapeutic touch, all kinds of healing work. And I was intrigued, and again, because I didn't know anybody in this city, I took a few courses. I started my healing journey at that time. So over the years, fast forwarding, I am a Reiki master. I do therapeutic touch. I do quantum touch. I do pendulum dowsing. I do pendulum healing. I do quantum healing. And as well, I do all kinds of other things. I have so many diplomas. I can't even think of all the things that I've studied over the years. In the process, I also ran into the law of attraction with Esther and Jerry Hicks. And because my wife was working for the airlines at the time, on the weekends, if we had nothing to do, it's like, what if we fly to LA and have a session with Esther and Jerry, go to a seminar, or to Cancun, or to Boca Raton, Florida, or to Chicago, or Detroit, or whatever it was. It was just kind of, it was fun, it was easy. Sometimes I would leave at 7 o'clock in the morning for the airport and get home after a session at 6 o'clock at night. After flying to Chicago with the hour changes and everything else, everything would just sink into place. So, um, again, fast forwarding, all this knowledge and all these skills, having learned EFT with Gary Craig and hypnosis. And that's where I really want to start this part of the story, because people come to see me for wisdom, for help. And I really use a common sense approach to life. I believe in total balance, that everything has to be like a bicycle wheel. You can't have three spokes broken and expect the wheel to be smooth. So even today, which is Friday, I do have work to do, and I will be doing that. I look at my day and I say, what? How could I best help humanity? How could I best help the people around me? What skills do I need to upgrade to help myself and others? What do I need to do for my family? What do I need to do for myself? So my balanced day today is I walked the dog at 6:30 in the morning. I was up at about 5 and I meditated for an hour and a half. And I aligned myself to my truth, to my well-being. I then, after the dog, I came outside. It's a beautiful day today, and I'm here in Canada, so yeah, we're in late September, but having a jacket on feels really nice. At 1 o'clock, I do have a massage scheduled, so I'll be from 1 to 2:30 out of the house. And I do have some people that I want to call. I have a program launching next week. So it's a trade show. I want to have all my flyers ready. I want to have all my frames ready. I want the banners and the hooks all purchased. The banners are purchased. I just have to make sure I have hooks and double-sided tape. I want to do a checklist because I am a business person. I do want to be professional in all ways. I want to make sure I have a suit and a jacket and pants that fit for the show so that I do portray myself as being the professional. And yeah, it's going to be a great show. So what else could I tell you about myself? Because of the energy work I do, I started a few years back. Well, let's start there, and that's my dog barking. She'll stop in a second. But I thought I was having a heart attack. And you might relate to that if you're watching this, because a lot of people, when they come to see me for anxiety and depression and that kind of stuff, that they tell me that they're driving their car and all of a sudden they started feeling a pressure in their chest. Their vision they had tunnel vision. They started sweating. They couldn't breathe, as if something was sitting on their chest. And that was what I was experiencing back then. I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was a heart attack. My father had like five heart attacks. My mother had a heart attack. So yeah, it's in the family, right? Why not have a heart attack as well? But I went and I spoke to the director of the Canadian Hypnosis Association. I didn't know her title at the time, but she was a friend of mine. I had no idea what she did. And okay, an acquaintance is a better way of calling her, because I had met her at a few conventions and we talked and we knew each other. But she told me that she was hosting a hypnosis convention the next day, and to just come by. She would check me out and make sure that there wasn't anything physical, but she assured me that it was most likely anxiety. So I went to that show and I was totally, literally blown away by the power of hypnosis. It wasn't, yeah, I had anxiety, so I'm past that right now, but what I could do with hypnosis was beyond anything I could ever imagine. I was 30 pounds overweight, and I was introduced to Sheila Granger, who was promoting her virtual gastric band. I was shown how you could ask the body using idiomotor signals what was lacking, what was missing. The same thing I would use a pendulum for, but tapping into the inner wisdom of the body to really understand what's going on. So it's like, is my blood sugar balanced, yes or no? If it's a no, is there something that I could actually do to balance it, or that my body could change internally on its own and program in those changes for better blood sugar? I really love the health aspect of hypnosis, And something I was already very specialized using EFT with was in helping people with pain issues, chronic pain. And well, instead of tapping on pain, which I still do all the time for people, but I would ask them to close their eyes now and just pull out the pain from their body. Imagine a cord with that pain, the color of that pain being pulled out of their body. And as I would do that, people would say, "Oh my God, there's no more pain left in my body." And so things went from one level to the next. And one of the speakers that I heard about, it was an expensive course, but they were doing content free hypnosis. They were using what they call the Simpson protocol, which has become really my go to for hypnosis. So I connect with their higher power, with superconscious, and I ask them, like, superconscious, or I ask superconscious, is there something going on here that is causing or affecting the issues that this person is here for? And the protocol just goes step by step. It's a checklist. So we go through a person's foundation, how much did they feel loved, wanted, accepted, confident, worthy, deserving when they came into this life. If it's not 100%, I just say, superconscious, could you please do whatever needs to be done in the most appropriate way to bring it up to a 10 out of 10 or an optimal state. And once I get a yes, I don't have to figure out how to do it. I just ask that person's inner resource and their superconscious to assist them with their team to make them the best person they can, releasing all the barriers, all the limitations, everything else. I asked them about certain emotions, stuck emotions in the body. I'm a body code practitioner. I should say emotion code. There's also the body code and the other code by Nelson Bradley, which is the belief code. But working with superconscious, which connects at a quantum level to all the information that's out there, I could simply, without even having the information in front of me, say, can we go and find any trapped emotion, any inherited trapped emotion, any heart wall emotion that is preventing the person from moving forward? And once I get a yes, I ask that it be done. And the outcome for you who experience anxiety and panic attacks is that you have no idea how easy it is to release all this. I no longer need 10 sessions or 12 sessions to get outcomes. I've been getting outcomes in 4, 5, sometimes as early as 3 or less sessions. So I do ask people when they come into hypnosis, don't trust me, don't give your power away, because I really am all about empowerment. But what I want you to experience is a knowing from inside about what you need to heal yourself. And as we get towards the end of a session, after I've cleared all these layers of emotions, of foundational stuff, of experiences, and even soul work that we do, I then ask, okay, so for this person to get the optimal outcome working with me, how much more do they need to get better? And if the answers through your fingers come up, I'm going to ask, is it more than 5? I might get a no. 4, no. 3. Okay, so you need 3 more sessions. You could choose to come back or not to come back. It's a life changer. It's giving you your power, that you're not trusting a therapist. And if you don't like me after the first session, there's no obligation to be committed to a 10 session package that'll cost you many dollars and maybe more than you have. Maybe you're coming about anxiety because you lost your job or afraid to lose your job, that they're telling you that by next year the the company's shutting down and you have no idea of what you're going to do beyond that. And I don't want to add that extra stress into your life. So this idea that I came up with, that you're in hypnosis and it's like, has the problem been resolved? Yes. For an optimal outcome, do they need more sessions? Yes. How many? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's it. You need 3 more sessions. The finger comes up, and yes, you could probably make your finger move if you don't want to come back, but that's totally up to you. And there's never any pressure, and the outcomes are absolutely sensational. I found that with hypnotherapy, I get 92 to 93% satisfaction with most of my clients who come to the end. So when I say to the end, if your finger says you need 3 sessions and you come for 3 sessions, you will get the outcome. If you think that your problem is major, we do have retainer programs and discounts for bundles, but I would only say that where you want a retainer program is, for example, if you're coming to me for weight loss and you have 300 pounds to lose, that's a lot of weight. Life will happen. There will be ups and downs. There will be deaths and disappointments and tragedies and husbands and wives and kids and bosses. And people sometimes need that support. So we start with, for example, a gastric band, virtual gastric band session, which is 3 sessions if that's what you're looking for. But if you want something over like twice a month for a year until you get to your goal weight, just let me know. We will create a custom package for you that'll allow you to save a ton of money and still stay on track, because that really is my goal, is to keep everybody on track just the way they need to be for the outcome that they come to see me for. So yeah, that's basically it. My name is Alan. I'm the Mind Alchemist. I love what I do. I love the power of the mind, because the mind, like I said before, is so powerful that there's nothing it cannot do. Just a few things that I've accomplished myself in self-hypnosis. I used to work for someone. I now am self-employed and loving it. I had a real estate business which after COVID changed so drastically that I don't care whether I sell a house or not anymore, because I'm self-sustaining through other venues which were opened up to me through hypnosis. I used to weigh 205, I think it was actually 208 pounds, and today I'm 30 pounds lighter. I weigh 175, and I fluctuate 1 or 2 pounds when I'm very stressed. I do like to eat more, but it's not a big deal. I'm happier, I'm healthier. Yeah, I wish I had more money, but so does everybody else. And I'm really easygoing. I work all over North America. I work all over the world. I have clients calling me from Europe, from Australia, from California, from down Alabama, even the West Coast, BC, and San Francisco. I have people calling me from there. So, yeah, if you want to book in a discovery call, if you just even want to have a chat, like you could see, I'm outside enjoying the sun between clients, because having that balanced life is so awesome. So, yeah, I'll talk to you on my next video, or I'll hear from you soon. My name's Alan.